Hi, boys and girls. In today's reading workshop lesson, we're going to start talking about fables. So I will tell you all about what fables are in just a second. But first, I wanted to tell you what our essential question is for today. So that means that by the end of today's lesson, we should be able to answer this question. So our essential question for today is, what are fables and how can I apply their lessons in my life? So we'll come back to this question at the end. For right now, I'm going to tell you what a fable is. So a fable, it's just a short story. So you will never see a fable that's long. And a fable has a moral or a message. So moral, that's just a really fancy word for message, like a central point, like a lesson to learn. And a fable also has animals that are used to represent people. You won't see people in fables, just animals that kind of do the things that people normally do. And to help us with today's lesson, we're going to watch the video, The Crow in the Picture. I put the link here, but I think actually what I would like you to do is pause this lesson right now and go to the assignment in Teams, and you can click this exact link on the assignment directions, and you can watch the video there because the sound was not working when I tried to do it right in the video. So go ahead and pause this video. And then I want you to go to the assignment in Teams that goes with this lesson, watch the video, and then come back. While you watch, think about what do you think the moral of this fable is? What's the lesson that they want you to learn? So go ahead, pause it, watch the crow in the picture video, and then come back and finish this lesson, okay? All right, so if you're playing it forward, I am assuming that you went and you watched the video because the rest of the lesson kind of goes back and ties in with the video, okay? So, The Crow in the Pitcher. The moral of that fable, they actually told you at the end, is little by little does the trick. Okay, and that just means that sometimes you can't solve your problem in an instant, super quick. It takes some time to solve your problem or to learn something new. Okay, so here are two questions that I want us to think about. How was the crow feeling before he figured out what to do? Now, I would say that he was probably feeling sad. The video told us that he was going to die of thirst. So they actually told us he was in despair, which means that he was hopeless. So he was very, very upset and sad. But how was the crow feeling after he found the solution? I think that he was probably feeling really relieved. He was like, "Oh, I'm not going to die because I figured out how to get the water up high enough so I can reach it." All right, now I want us to kind of do something that goes along the lines of Cool Connector, that roll sheet that I've had you fill out. Now I want you to think about a time when you had to learn to do something little by little, okay? Now, an example would be riding a bike. You don't just learn to ride a bike in one try or even in one day. It takes a lot of practice. Same with jumping rope. You don't usually learn to jump rope perfectly the first time you try. That takes time, and each time you get a little bit better. And the last thing I want us to do is kind of a writing example. You're going to do this in today's assignment that goes with this lesson. So it says, give an example from your own life that describes the moral, little by little does the trick. And I actually already have one written out. I'll just read it to you, but it just kind of explains my connection. So an example from my own life that describes the moral, little by little does the trick, is when I learned to ride my bike. I did not learn to ride my bike in one try or even in one day. It took lots of practice. I also had to take many falls before I learned. So that's just in writing. That's me showing how I connected the moral of the crow in the picture to my own life. Okay. So that's kind of what you'll be doing in the assignment that goes with today's lesson. Now, before I end the lesson, I just want to go back to this essential question, this EQ. What are fables and how can I apply their lessons in my life? We said that a fable is a short story, it has a moral or a message, and animals are used to represent people. And then you can apply their lessons in your own life by practicing, like Cool Connector, thinking about how that moral it relates to something that you've encountered or experienced in your own life. Okay. All right, that's all I have for you today, boys and girls. So now that you've watched this lesson, you can go ahead and complete the assignment that goes with Fables Lesson 1. Thanks for watching.